continuous slobber.
Oh, it's so good.
Literally, that dude's face just got slobbered all over.
Hey!
Demogorgon, you still got it.
Hey guys, my name's Dan, and this reaction comes from Dead Meat. This is Stranger Things for Part 2, 2022 Kill Count, and this is one I'm not really looking forward to because we have to talk about this guy, and we all know what happened to this guy during this season. He did go out in a hell of a way, but again, we'll get into it, and I'll get into my sadness with it as we talk about it. But before we get into this, though, please check all those links and do click all those buttons down below. I truly do appreciate it. And without any further ado, let's go.
Welcome back to the Kill Count.
Yay!
Where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror media and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're finishing up our look at Season 4 of Stranger Things. I already gave you the background spiel in Part 1, so let's just jump right
Yeah, whoa!
Spies, watch!
Whoa!
I need your help.
Oh!
My son
Is possessed by the devil!
Oh!
What are you talking about, man?
the devil. From the Bible, he's got
Yeah,
the horns. And
yeah.
Here, I know because he has all the classic signs. He's got demonic secretions from his nose.
Sure.
He's kind of hot like the fires of hell. He's coughing.
Oh!
Okay, this
Sock Dog.
sounds a lot like when you thought you were turning into a werewolf.
You mean when I was turning into a werewolf?
When you thought you were turning into a werewolf.
Zoran.
Okay, well, have you taken him to a doctor with the help of today's sponsor, ZocDoc? ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment.
Yes, I know ZocDoc. I love ZocDoc. I literally just did a sponsor for them. That is why I know that you can filter from over 100,000 doctors across every specialty for your exact needs, including insurance provider, location, specialty, and their overall reviews from verified patients. It's all very, very handy for your medical needs, but this is not a medical need. It is a priest need. It is a power of Christ compels you.
Oh!
Power of Christ compels
Oh my
But you
God!
don't know that until you take him in. And you can do that fast since ZocDoc lets you see and select from actual appointment openings.
It's true.
With many available in just 24 to 72 hours.
Fine, I will go to the doctor. Very excited to see what he says about my child walking on the ceiling.
Whoa! Oh my God!
Phoenix, get down from there!
It's actually happening? Whoa! No!
Uncle James has got you. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/deadmeat to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/deadmeat.
I love he does that.
Now that I have removed Zorn from my house and locked the door,
Good!
I can get back to the kills.
Not that I don't love Zoran, but no possessed
We
babies
left
running
off with
around.
11 getting her telepathic groove back. Things are looking up for her, but they're looking pretty bleak for Agent Wallace, who survived the shootout at the Byers' house, only to get captured and tortured by Sullivan. He thinks 11's gone rogue and killy again, and that Brenner is trying to cover it up and maybe even sell her to the Soviets. Luckily, Wallace doesn't snitch to Sterny Sully, so 11 can resume her work with Brenner in peace. He tells her she's not an idiot sandwich. She's a little superhero.
Oh!
All she has to do is
The
remember
idiot
how to use
sandwich.
her powers. To help her do that, they're gonna review some tapes like Marlon Wayans and him. Nina sends her back to the
Ooh.
Rainbow Room to play Plinko. Season 4's Rainbow Room was made by returning production designer Chris Trujillo, who's been with the series from the start. He took inspiration from the antiseptic look of Scandinavian children's homes and hospitals.
We wanted to like infuse it with this sort of, you know, an attempt was made to make it feel like, you know, appropriate for children, but it's just fundamentally this cold, unpleasant space.
A blonde orderly encourages 11. Oh shit, hey, that's Anthony from freaking
Hey!
Tells 11 that she reminds him of 1, the very first of Brenner's test subjects. But Papa told 11 that 1 doesn't actually exist.
Sometimes Papa doesn't tell the truth.
Papa's also running a telekinetic kid fight club, complete with sumo circles and blindfolds. Damn, that one kid's cracking his toe knuckles. You know this shit is serious. 2 here is the heavyweight champion and keeps kicking everyone's asses in psychic tug of war. He knocks down all the other numbers in a row until there's only 1 left. Well, 2 ones, because it's 11. She follows the orderly's advice and uses a painful memory to access her powers. A memory of her mother, whom the orderly said is still alive. It allows her to flush number 2 out of his circle with a powerful force push. Aw, man, never play a force push in number 2. In
No,
any case,
don't do
Ellie
that.
is the heavyweight champion. Youngest to ever do it, too. Later, Ella's still failing at Plinko when she hears screaming from another room. That orderly is getting the ever-loving shit shocked out of him. But no time to worry about that, because the other numbers surround her and give her a psychic shove. You can't see it, but one of them was psychically crouched behind her. They force push her around a bunch, and I find it kind of silly looking, to be honest. She ends the memory seeing flashes of dead kids, and
Can't
wakes
say I
up
disagree with that
realizing
one.
something.
I killed them all.
Okay.
I killed them all.
The pizza van gets to Utah and rolls up to Susie's Palace of Precociousness.
Can you not see that we are filming?
This is yet another scene that's just too silly for me, especially with the music, which I think is sometimes overbearing this season. Amidst the chaos of her Mormon family, the boys convince Susie to trace an IP address to a location in Nevada. Then she prints out the coordinates for them, like this were ye olde MapQuest days. Quick, to the pizza mobile! Joyce and Murray have fully crashed Yuri's plane and are worrying about a Yellow Jacket situation. They threaten to leave Yuri to die until he agrees to lead them through the wilderness. He warns that they'll need to reach the prison by nightfall to save Hopper, if he's not dead already. He's not, but he might be soon, because he and the other prisoners are herded out of their cells and served a feast. It's their last meal before the guards throw them into a monster pit. Hopper goads Antonov into a fight so he can get beat up and put in a cell for like the 100th fucking time this season. God! But the ruse allowed him to smuggle vodka and a lighter into their cell. He says that fire is the only known weakness of the Demogorgon, and that this is their best shot at killing it. Yuri takes Joyce and Murray to church, where
And I'm always down to defeat things with fire, so...
says they don't need to break into the prison. They can walk in under the guise of a prisoner drop-off. They'll just have to swap roles. Murray will play Yuri, and Yuri will play Murray. Joyce, you're still Joyce. No acting for you. In Hawkins, the police arrive at the scene of Patrick's death to find a shell-shocked Jason holding the body. Guy definitely believes in the supernatural now. He tries to tell the cops he saw Eddie Munson with the devil, but they don't believe him.
How do you expect to stop the devil if you don't believe he's real?
Later, Dustin and the others arrive at Reefer Rakes to find it crawling with cops and reporters.
Oh, no!
And he is officially announced as a person of interest in the murders, scaring all the families of Hawkins.
What are we even doing? I mean, where is the FBI?
Good old Fetty Teddy. Never changed, dude. The
Nope,
wrongful
never,
accusation
never.
of Eddie was partially inspired by Damien Eccles. Eccles was a member of the West Memphis Three, three teens who were arrested for the alleged killing of 3 younger boys during a satanic ritual.
Oh,
the
God.
conviction wasn't based on physical evidence, but rather the music and video games the 3 teens were
Of
into.
course.
Eccles got the harshest sentence and was placed on death row. Thankfully, a combination of public support and advanced DNA testing exonerated them, and they were released after 18 years in prison. Eddie calls the others with a stolen walkie-talkie. Were those really just laying around like that in the 80s? He lets them know that he's hiding at Skull Rock, which looks like one of those cool Mighty Max toys, and the gang is able to hoof it over and meet him there. Meanwhile, a town hall is held where the Hawkins PD gets yelled at for letting Eddie go. Sheriff Powell's responses aren't strong enough to prevent a high school jock from taking the floor.
I agree. I've had enough. In fact, I think we've all had enough.
Jason whips the town
Yeah.
to a frenzy. He blames the mall fire and unexplained deaths over the years on devil worshippers like the Hellfire Club. Erica tries to stand up for her brother and his friends, but these guys have pamphlets. Pamphlets with the boys on them. Yeah, that's not good. The b-ball captain cites Bible passages and goes full Jason Gemstone on the crowd.
God knows there's good in this town. So much good. It's in this room.
Watching Hawkins fall into a mob mentality is honestly scarier than Vecna. It's so close to what happened in small towns all over the US during the real satanic panic.
Sure.
Dustin's compass is acting up, just like it did before when it was near a gate to the Upside Down. They follow the interference to Lover's Lake and realize the gate is in the middle of the lake, where Vecna killed Patrick.
There's a gate down there? It's technically a water gate?
The older kids hop on a boat to check it out, leaving
Watergate.
Dustin, Max, and Lucas on the shore without a babysitter. Steve's done with that shit. After all, he's such a man now. Look at that.
He's
chest
a
hair.
man!
Steve dives in and finds the gate at the bottom of the
Why
lake,
would I
looking
with
like
that?
an aquatic scarlet
Oh my
sorrow.
God.
The cops arrive and spot the kids, so Max causes a diversion while Nancy and the others dive in after Steve. Eddie, most reluctantly and gracelessly. A tentacle pops out of the gate and drags Steve into a camera inversion, cause he in the Upside Down now, motherfucker! And he's a meatloaf dinner for a bunch of bats out of hell who get straight to strangling and nibbling on him. Robin and the gang interrupt the Minoc buffet.
Hey there.
Come on, don't quip. This man is being eaten alive. They bash the bats away while Steve takes a bite out of one like he's Ozzy. Eddie even brings it up later.
That was a real Aussie move you pulled back there.
If you somehow didn't know, in 1992,
I
Ozzy
already
Osbourne
knew.
hit the head off a dead bat during a Black Sabbath
The
show
Alamo.
in Des Moines. He was rushed to the hospital for rabies shots and lived to rock for decades more.
Hell yeah.
R.I.P. to a legend. Wait, do demobats have rabies? Demo-rabies? Better hope
Demo
not.
rabies?
Time to get a shot.
Oh,
Especially
God.
with another swarm on its way, forcing them to flee into the woods. Not much cover there. I mean, it's no magic mosses. But it does the trick, and they're able to hide from the Sky Terrors as Nancy tends to Steve's wounds and Eddie figures out where he is.
So,
This place is like Hawkins, but with monsters and nasty shit.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Over in Russia, it's time for Hopper and his prison pals to do the Monster Mash. Enzo warns
The
Hopper
Monster
that
Mash!
his plan is nuts and that they'll need a miracle to pull it off. Well, how about a miracle? Because he just got to the prison with a gagged Joyce and Yuri in tow. His Russian ain't too rusty, so he convinces the guards and the warden that he's actually Yuri. They're led to some box seats just in time for the show. They watch as a buzzer sounds, signaling the prisoners that it's time to grab weapons and get ready to fight. Hopper uses cloth, the vodka, and the lighter to MacGyver a flaming spear. Murray shoves a gun into the warden's side and warns him not to move or he'll shoot. But the warden says Hopper's as good as dead, because that Demogorgon's a-coming, and he's the star of the show. Or at least he was in season 1. He proves he ain't washed as he fucking wrecks 5 of the
Oh,
prisoners
damn.
in an awesome continuous slobber
Oh, it's so good.
Literally, that dude's face just got slobbered all over.
Bam!
Demogorgon, you still got it. Hopper pushes the monster back with his fire spear, an effective weapon, but not effective enough to stop another prisoner from getting demogored, leaving only Hopper and Antonov still standing. The 15-second continuous action shot took the VFX team an entire month to make, but it was worth it to the Duffers, who wanted to let the Demogorgon loose and show what it could do amidst clear, bright lighting. Back in season 1, budgetary and technological constraints kept the monster lurking in the shadows, but now, with the help of rodeo effects, they could bring it to the forefront to fuck shit up. The Demogorgon is fully animated by rodeo, no mocap. The actors were all acting against nothing so they could have clean shots to put the monster into. But they did shoot rehearsals with the performer in a green screen suit holding a tennis ball as a height reference, and some of those shots wound up getting used.
In the edit, sometimes the takes with the man in the green suit were the best takes, and so we went with those, and sometimes it was clean pass, which is why when you're looking behind the scenes, you're going to see a little bit of both.
Everything was choreographed by returning stunt coordinator Hiro Koda, who's been with the show since season 3. This oneer is actually 3 stunt sequences stitched together. They were doing a lot of wire work and didn't want to try to capture it all at once, since that would be more dangerous for the stunt performers. In fact, the bar that falls during this sequence wasn't supposed to come down like that. It was a mistake they left in because they thought it looked cool, and it does.
It does, yeah!
Karate antics, Murray and Joyce are able to beep boop on a bunch of buttons to open a door in the pit. Hop and Ant escape, and when a Demogorgon tries to follow, Hopper spears it in the face. Hell yeah, bullseye! He and Joyce are finally reunited, with slow motion and sappy synths and everything. Wait, just a hug? After all that? Yeah, I guess they probably don't get toothbrushes in the gulag. Lucas, Dustin, and Max have been taken to the Wheeler house, where they're threatened with police brutality.
You're lucky you didn't get shot.
And good old-fashioned bootlicking.
Lying to the cops is a crime, son.
Threaten them with a little jail time. Maybe that'll loosen their lips.
Order for Ted Wheeler?
Oh!
They stick to their story of being out for a night swim, so the cops opt to separate them for individual questioning. While Max is in the hot seat, Dustin and Lucas bring Erica up to speed. They realize that every time Vecna kills someone, it opens another gate to the Upside Down, and he may even be working for the Mind Flayer as a member of his army.
If the Demogorgon was just his foot soldier, Vecna's his 5-star general.
To fight that Upside Down army, Nancy and the older teens are gonna need some arms, so they head to her Upside Down house to get her Upside Down guns. On the way over there, Eddie tells Steve about how much Dustin worships him.
I don't even know why I care what that little shrimp thinks, but guess I got a little jealous, Steve.
He's also jealous of Steve's heroism, since all he's ever done is run like a coward. Not like Nancy, who jumped into the lake after Steve without a second thought.
That was as unambiguous a sign of true love as these cynical eyes have ever seen.
They get to Nancy's house, but her guns are nowhere to be found. In their place are old shoes and a stuffed animal she got rid of years ago. She realizes that the Upside Down hasn't been keeping up with the present. It's stuck how Hawkins was 2.5 years ago, on the day Will went missing and the first gate opened up. For scenes like this, production had to make sure to match all the locations' details from season 1. The Upside Down sets were almost entirely practical, down to the signature floating specs, which are made of organic materials like pussy willow fluff.
Pussy willows.
Now, calm down, man.
No.
You can hear Dustin's voice echoing through the house as he theorizes with Lucas and Erica. But Dustin can't hear them, so they're gonna have to pull a season 1 Will and communicate through lights. They send out an SOS to Dustin, which gives them all raver traces. Whoa, dude, they can like see light. Are they on Molly?
Kinda feels good.
Oh shit, they might.
Yeah,
be.
they kind of.
Dustin grabs a light bright so they can spell out words, and he tells them they can escape the Upside Down through the gate in Eddie's trailer. Robin asks if there are bikes here, and like, dude, did you even watch season 1? It was as bike-tastic as a Stephen King story. The Right Side Up kids will meet them there on the other side, so they also take their bikes and ride away, making sure to pop cop tires on their way out. Saboteurs! We get an awesome shot that shows how everyone be riding bikes, no matter which way is up. Great stuff. But there's a spy eyeing the Upside Down gang from a light pole, so now Vecna knows they're on the move. In the Right Side Up version of Eddie's trailer, Dustin and the gang rig up a mattress and a bedsheet rope for the others to climb up. Or climb down?
Down?
I guess kind of both.
Holy shit, this is trippy.
The physics
The
are
Upside
confusing,
Down.
but it's fun to watch them climb from one world to the other.
That
Down, up, down.
was fun.
Yeah, that's what I said. But when it's Nancy's turn, she doesn't pop out in the Right Side Up. She falls into a void like she's Alice in Vecna Land. She's trapped in a nightmare, finally living out her namesake from A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's her most traumatic memory, the night Barb died in Steve's swimming pool. Man, he's really got to replace the blood filter.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, though, you're gonna get some very bad cleaning bills if you don't.
Going haywire. At the world-saving training bunker, Elle's not passing class. Brenner thinks she's getting weaker, actually. Wow, what a little wimp. She's terrified of being a monster, but he tells her that most people aren't as simple as good or evil. We have to face all of ourselves, good and bad, to be whole. So you get in that mind and you find that fucking truth.
Oh!
Papa pulls out a tape from the day.
Billy Madison reference, love
the
it.
end of the season for 11. She plugs back in for another swim down memory lane where she finds Papa talking to his various sized number children. She doesn't narc about the bullying, but he can tell number 2 was the offending little shit. Kid gets a shock collar as a punishment. Yeah, that'll teach him to bark so much.
Yeah!
In a game of chess, the orderly warns 11 that 2 and his friends are planning to kill her, and that Papa is gonna let it happen. He slips her a key card and promises to help her escape, so they meet in the boiler room and he leads her to an escape pipe. He tells her to take it even though he can't follow. He has to stay behind due to a tracking chip in his neck called Soteria. It's named after the Greek goddess of safety and preservation from harm. Papa put it in there, but Elle offers to help him get it out. She promptly removes it with a bit of psychic surgery. Scary guards surround them, but now the orderly is free, and he force powers the shit out of them, snapping one dude's
BAM!
neck. Damn, man, this guy would win a round of Jedi Outcast so freaking fast. He rolls
Sure
up his
would.
sleeve and confirms what you may have already suspected. He's keeping it 100. Or wait, nope, sorry, he's 1. That's a 001. He leaves Elle and she later walks in on him as he finishes executing Order 66. Not the younglings. You know what? I guess some of them were dicks. Anyway, turns out 11 didn't kill those kids. It was the orderly formerly known as 1. He tells Elle a story from his childhood, back when he was known as Henry Creel, Victor's son. Henry found a nest of black widows after moving into their new house. He viewed them as gods that eliminated pests and wanted to do the same to humans, whom he found annoying and weak. He used his psychic abilities to punish his parents and remind them of their sins, before eventually murdering his mother and sister. The matricide caused him to pass out, and when he awoke, he was in the custody of Martin Brenner, brunette style. He was to become patient 0, or I guess patient 1, of a new program for psychically talented kids. You know, like the ones who are now dead on the floor over there. 1 asks 11 to join him and help restore balance to a world broken by human society. It's a classic, we're not so different, you and I, villain spiel. Elle refuses and throws him against the wall, kicking off an all-out psychic fight!
Oh yeah!
1 gets the upper hand, literally, and sets 11 up for what could be the coolest choke slam of all friggin' time, dude. But before she becomes the first person to get Vecnatized, she travels through a wormhole to a happy memory of her mother, comes out with a new resolve to beat him. Without realizing what she's doing, she opens the very first gate to the Upside Down and forces 1 through. It looks pretty similar to what she did to the Demogorgon at the end of season 1. 1 falls through a landscape of thunderbolts and lightning, and it's very, very frightening as he gradually transforms into a monster. Looking
Good
like
thing you didn't ride the lightning.
Skywalker on Mustafar.
No, you don't want to ride it.
Also a little Matt Smith there, right? Am I crazy?
let's take a, I mean, when he, I could see that.
Looking like Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar. And also a little Matt Smith there, right? Am I crazy? The last shot of the episode shows the faded remains of a 001 tattoo on Vecna's wrist. This is a huge moment in the season. The revelation that 4 characters are actually 1 person. The The mysterious Orderly, the mythical One, young Henry Creel, and the big bad Vecna are all the same person. Such a reveal really hinges on the performance here, and Jamie Campbell Bower absolutely kills it. He's so good at switching from his earlier warmth towards Elle to pure, cold-blooded menace.
Oh yeah!
In the sense that his audition featured two wildly different sets of sides, one from Primal Fear and the other from Hellraiser. Much like Andrew Divoff playing the battle Demarest and the Djinn, Bower plays both the human and the monstrous forms of his character, meaning he was the one undergoing Barry Gower's extensive makeup.
He should be.
Instead of a rubber suit, which might look bad and restrict movement, they glued a series of prosthetics directly to Bower's skin. He'd get to set at 3 a.m. so 4 people could spend 7 hours transforming him. Then he'd have to shoot an entire day and spend 1 more hour getting everything removed.
I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Material was heavy, 20 to 30 pounds just on his head and shoulders.
I mean, I've done some cosplaying before, but that's insane.
And included dentures over his teeth and full scleral contact lenses. The final touch was a layer of slime achieved with KY jelly and the makeup gel Ultra Wet.
We really put him through the mill. There wasn't anything else we could get on Jamie.
But Bower never let the process deter him and took to the prosthetics with excitement. He used them to help find the physicality of the character, especially the 10-inch mechanical finger extensions they built for his hand. They were made of aluminum extensions with foam latex on the outside.
That's so neat!
He looks like he's having a blast with them.
Hell yeah, dude!
For his voice, he referenced Doug Bradley's work as Pinhead and used a deep, booming tone that came naturally to him.
They kept on saying, oh, we love your voice, we love your voice. And I was thinking, what do you mean you love my voice? Like, this is just how I talk.
The Grand Vecna reveal was the end of the first part of Season 4, which was released on May 27, 2022. This 2-part release strategy was a first for the show. Though I split the kill counts for the first 2 seasons into 2 videos each, Stranger Things had always released all its episodes at once, in traditional Netflix style. But Season 4's episodes were just too long for one big release, since the Duffers said they couldn't figure out how to condense the scripts without cutting too much out of all the disparate storylines. Netflix was more than willing to accommodate them.
Is Netflix just totally on board with this? Do you have carte blanche to do whatever you want?
No.
Might not have been a literal blank check, but the budget was estimated at $270 million.
Goddamn!
$30 million an episode. Audiences had to
Holy
wait a whole
crap!
month between episode 7 and episode 8. But we don't. The show returned on July 1st, 2022 with episode 8, which picks things up back in Eleven's memory. She closes the wall fissure when Dr. Brenner finds her and says, God,
what have you done?
You're a small psychic girl, and you're covered in blood. That brings us back to the season's opening scene, only with the newfound knowledge that all those kills weren't done by 11, they were done by 1. Who we see getting tatted up by Brenner as Nancy watches from inside his mindscape. With Nancy in a trance heap, the kids search for music to snap her out of it, but can't find anything in Eddie's heavy metal collection. That's okay, maybe she doesn't want to be saved, cause Vecna's walking straight towards her, and apparently he's so hot. Seriously, the hear me outs have gone too far. Up in tentacles. God, it's getting worse! And steps up to her, giving us another great close-up look at him in all his fleshy glory. He tells Nancy he wants her to deliver a message to Eleven, and shows her a vision of a potential future where entire streets of Hawkins have become gates to the Upside Down. In Russia, the Camp Shitka is hitting the fan at the prison as the not-yet-dead Demogorgon throws a Demofit. And a Demodor! Yeah, good luck.
Demodor!
Y'all. Hopper and Joyce share a tender moment aided by some first-aid foreplay. She tells him about his post-mortem reputation back home.
You're the hero of Hawkins.
And that Eleven misses her dad.
No.
The moment is interrupted by a climbing Demogorgon.
Apparently they can climb, too.
Man, you never want to they can fly now. A bunch of bullets don't do shit to put it down.
Nope.
As it charges at a cell block officer and kills him off screen.
Bang!
Based on the noises we hear. Other noises lead everyone to a lab to see what's on the slab. And holy Doug Dimmadome, it's a Demodog! Guys, it's a Demodog! Isn't this awesome?
Nope.
Oh. Hopper doesn't like it. That's okay. There's a whole alien resurrection stash of species and Bacta tanks up in this bitch. And within the most secure cell is a freaking flesh tornado? Oh, is Garrus hitting a finisher? Oh, I guess it's swirling mind flayer particles. Called spin cycle or something. Enzo finds an escape vent, so they climb through it out to snowy freedom. They persuade the loathsome Yuri to fly them back to Alaska with the strongest rhetorical device, a gun. He leads them to a busted-ass helicopter named Katinka, but she'll need Katinkering to make the trip.
For me, she is still a virgin.
Helicopter? He barely knows her! In the lab, Brenner and Owens revive Eleven with an airplane emergency oxygen mask. She's feeling like her old self again. Maybe even better, since she walks up to Nina and lifts that shuttle off the ground like a Kerbal Space Program Pro. Nice! Now she can go back to Lenora and disintegrate Angela's stupid face. Or go to Hawkins and defeat Vecna.
Yeah,
as long as they're items A and B. She knows
Sure.
Vecna's threatening Hawkins since she saw her friends during her psychic coma. She even saw the visions Vecna showed Nancy of death and destruction. His evil ass ain't dead, but he's trying to unleash an army of darkness onto Hawkins. The Hawkins gang would also like to prevent that from happening. Max realizes that Vecna's clock always chimes exactly 4 times in her vision. So, like many villains before him, turns out he can't resist giving away his own plan through hints and clues. He's trying to kill 4 victims to open 4 gates to the Upside Down and trigger the end of the world. After Chrissy, Fred, and Patrick, that means he's only 1 kill away. Nancy guesses that their Vecna problem is tied to 11 somehow, since whenever they call Lenora, they get nothing but radio silence. Well, ready or not, even without their superhero, they're gonna try to find and kill Vecna. They figure if they attack him while he's plugged into his murder matrix, it'll be like slaying Dracula while he's asleep in his coffin. Nan Helsing will lead the team as they arm up and take the fight to the Upside Down. But they'll need to guarantee that Vecna's in a trance when they attack, which means using Max as bait. She agrees to stop running up that hill and toss her tunes, tempting the Vecnanator to hone in on her. Elle watches all this like
Run
Matthew
to the hills.
McConaughey watching his daughter
Run for
from
your
the
life.
bookshelf. She tells Owens that she wants to go help her friends kill Vecna, but Brenner insists she's not ready. He's like, girl, get real. Hank's a scary motherfucker by now. But Owens supports her and says they can't keep her against her will.
You may not agree with it, but here she is, standing before us, making a choice.
Aw, he's like a friendly uncle. Wait, if Brender's Papa, does that make Owens Unk? Well, Papa don't like losing authority, so Unk is assaulted and 11 is locked inside the bomb.
No!
Papa says they'll kill Owens if 11 tries to leave, and that they've got to finish what they started so Vecna can be defeated one and for all. 11 blames Brenner for all the kills I've counted in this series and everything else. The gate opening, the mind flayer, probably even Will's stupid haircut. It's all because he refused to let Henry Creel go. She's finally realized who the bad guy is.
It is not me. It is you. You are the monster.
Son of a bitch!
Cliched yet empowering moment for her, and she goes to leave, but on her way out, he sure does get her with some neck-injected drugs. They must have really stocked up on those. Armed with Susie's coordinates, the pizza van heads towards the Nina project.
Like you do.
Mike worries that even if they can help save 11, she won't want to be with him anymore. I mean, she's a literal superhero, and he's just that guy from Hell of a Summer. Will takes the opportunity to cheer Mike up with a painting he's been working on. It shows their D&D party fighting a dragon together, with Mike on the front line since he's the heart of the group.
Frick
Much
yeah.
like the dude's rug, he really ties everything together. Will's soft launches his coming out by talking about 11, even though he's really talking about himself.
When you're different, sometimes you feel like a mistake.
Oh.
But you make her feel like she's not a mistake at all.
Mike's gaydar is completely busted, but Jonathan picks up on the subtext from the front seat. It's a good scene that finally makes Will interesting for the first time since season 1. Noah Schnapp really brings it here as he weeps into the window like it's the
felt so
fireplace
bad for
calling
him.
by your name. The group nearly gets lost in the desert until Argyle spots military-issue tire tracks that leads them towards the lab. That's where 11 wakes up with a shock collar since Brenner just loves treating kids like dogs. Before he can get back to training though, they've got a visitor, old Sterny Sully and his gunny friends. Great, now we've got 2 sides with a bunch of guys and guns. I'm sure this will be fun to count. The alarm sounds as Sully's men storm the silo, resulting in 6 soldiers getting slaughtered. 5 of Brenner's and 1 of Sullivan's. Pretty bad KD there, science guys.
Yeah.
Sullivan finds a handcuffed Unk, but no 11 or Dr. Brenner. He's carried her out of a hatch into the desert where, oh, come on, there are a bunch of bodies to count?
Yup.
Why are there 9 dead scientists here? What the hell happened? Looks like they were shot by a helicopter sniper who hits Brenner non-lethally with a bullet in the shoulder. Brenner tries to run away with 11 in his arms, but gets downed by a shot in the buttocks. And
In
another
the
through the back.
buttocks.
Damn. The sniper takes aim at 11, while Owens makes a well-reasoned and impassioned plea to keep her alive. Sterny Sully don't budge and tells his man to take the shot. Before he can, though, a funny-smelling pizza truck rolls over the horizon.
Look at that!
Uses the distraction to raise her hand
Da,
and
da, da,
psychically grab a hold of the
da,
timer.
da, da.
Around and around it goes. Where it stops, only 11 knows.
Stand
oh,
me
shit, it
right
stops
round.
on the ground. Absolutely.
To the ground.
Fuck yeah, she blew it all to shitterines.
Yeah, baby.
Well, the explosion here was a practical on-set fireball. VFX artists at Scanline used V-Ray to create a digital helicopter and trucks for it to crash into on the ground. The Surfer Boy pizza van pulls up for a special delivery. 1 pizza reconciliation with extra forehead touching. Elle embraces Mike and Will, while Argyle tries to remember how exactly he got here. Her collar gets released by a still-living Dr. Brenner, and the boys are all like, wait, who's that guy? Do we know him? Do they know him? Have they met him? 11 goes to Brenner, who begs for understanding and forgiveness.
I've only ever wanted to help you. to protect you.
I don't think she buys that dying-ish.
Nope.
After he boops her on the nose, he says goodbye. Brenner breathes his last breath. At least
Bye,
until
Brenner.
they reveal he somehow survived, and Matthew Modine returns in season 5. Don't do it, Stranger Things!
Please don't!
Elle warns Mike that if they don't get to Hawkins tonight, everyone is going to die. But, girl, that's the frickin' Midwest. It's over 2,000 miles away. Too bad they're not there, because the Hawkins crew could use some wheels. Eddie says he can get them some. He'll just need to hide his face. Well, thank God for season 2, because Max has got a Mikey My mask. Oh, they were so little back then. Eddie uses it to disguise himself as he hotwires an RV. Steve will drive it.
Harrington's got her. Don't you, big boy?
Damn,
Oh.
it sucks for those people who just got their house stolen. Wait,
Whoopsie!
was their house a Whataburger? As they head to a gun store called the War Zone, Steve tells Nancy he's always dreamed of driving around a big family in an RV. I mean, he's had lots of practice wrangling big groups of kids, so he's kind of qualified. In the back, Lucas tells Max he doesn't want her to be Vecna bait, but she's got a plan. If his whole thing depends on seeing the darkness in people, she'll run to the light like Carol Ann and just think of her happiest memory. And yeah, it involves you, Lucas. Don't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, go on.
Take it to the War Zone, which is an awesome location to throw into the mix. Robin sees her crush Vicky looking all Molly Ringwald, but she's hugging on an Emilio Estevez type. And that dude is into kinky shit too, like getting a chainsaw shoved up his ass.
Skinned his ass raw.
Terrifier jump scare, but that is Mason McCarty, who was the shower scene victim in Terrifier 3, and is also a really cool guy. Robin assumes Vicky must be straight, but she shouldn't forget fast times, or ignore that lingering eye contact. I'm saying there's a chance. Nancy discovers they're not the only ones arming up with weapons. Jason and his cronies are there too, doing the same, and he sees the gang when they leave in the RV. With their new arsenal, the gang prepares for their fight with Vecna and all his annoying bat minions.
You're really ready for battle.
Oh, come on, Eddie. Give him inspiration for that. Nancy Oakley saws off the barrel of her shotgun, Eddie nails shield making, and Steve and Robin toast Molotov cocktails to their luck, even if she's not the most optimistic about their chances.
It might not work out for us this time.
Still, the only thing they can do is try, as the penultimate episode of the season ends with a remixed version of Journey's Separate Ways Worlds
Hell yeah.
Apart. Frontman Steve Perry liked it so much, he helped make an extended version of it. The
Nice.
epic music continues as they split up, with Max, Lucas, and Erica going to the Creel house in the right side up, and the others flipping over into the upside down. The season finale begins back in Russia, which fucking sucks. I swear, every time the show cuts to Russia, I let out a heavy sigh. I'm just so sick of Murray and Yuri. I am glad Joyce and Hopper finally get naked together, though. That sexual tension's thicker than smuggled peanut butter, though not as thick as Hop's scar tissue. He tells her his prison stint gave him time to dwell on regrets, like putting Joyce in danger and, hopefully, acting like a doofus sitcom dad last season. They fantasize about the dinner date they'll finally share back home, and Hop even starts talking dirty.
And then there's dessert.
Gotta have dessert.
Gotta have dessert.
I think. Then, after 4 seasons and 6 years of build-up, they
Yay!
finally share a kiss. Yeah, this is a finale. We getting payoffs, motherfuckers! They find out from a phone call with Agent Stinson that the kids are fighting evil. Again. Since they're out here in BFE, they'll have to help from afar. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to have this plot line in the finale. And we don't want that. They decide to destroy the Mind Flayer particles they saw back in the prison, hoping it'll hurt the hive mind enough to help. Things get kinda action movie for a mo, while Hop plots out their reverse prison break.
Breaking back in is going to be easier than breaking back out. That's why we need an airlift. This is where you come in.
They're like the Dirty Dozen, except a third of the size. So, a Dirty Foursome. Or, wait, no, actually.
No.
Leaving the Russians to tink and think, Hop grabs a flamethrower and drives back to the prison with Murray and Joyce. Back in Hawkins, Nancy lays out the season finale plan for their plot line. First, Erica will find where Vecna's hiding, then signal from the right side up to the others in the upside down. Then Max will bait Vecna from the right side up Creel house, causing V-Man to become vulnerable. In the upside down, Dustin and Eddie will draw the bats away, leaving the Creel house undefended as well. Nancy, Steve, and Robin, aka the Dreamy Team, will attack him in his lair in the upside down and take him down. They climb down, up, I don't know, through the rift in Eddie's trailer and set the plan in motion.
Hey, Steve. Make him pay.
Through light sources, Erica finds where Vecna's hiding in the Creel house and runs off to the playground to alert Nancy in the Upside Down.
Baseball.
A concerned citizen sees her running around, so he does what any responsible adult would do and calls a bunch of angry high school jocks. Jocks with guns.
Like you do.
We get a series of patented Stranger Things scenes. One-on-one walk and talks with different character pairings. Listen, I like all these characters, and I like seeing them interact in different combinations. But there are way too many one-on-one walk and talks in the finale, and they're pretty much all in a row. It's too much. Steve Steve tells Nancy he's a changed
I'm okay
man,
with it.
and that she's the one who made him better. He wishes he had been better sooner, so they could have a nice big family in an RV together. Max and Lucas have another one of those scenes, but for the hearing impaired, or hearing embushed, since Max still has Kate running through her ears. Erica signals them, as well as Steve and Nancy in the Upside Down, moving the plan into Phase 2.
Phase 2!
Max switches off her music and gets to Julie James and Olbeck.
What are you waiting for?
Girl, you yelling at a bug zapper. Since the desert gang is, you know, in the desert, they're also
Desert
gonna have to help
gang.
remotely. Good thing they've got a psychic kid. Elle says she can enter Max's mind when Vecna does by piggybacking off of him. Then she can fight him in his mindscape.
Mind fight. Righteous.
Yeah, but like, just so we're clear, the mind is the arena. They ain't like throwing brains at each other.
No.
He's gonna need a sensory deprivation kiddie pool, which means salt water. And Argyle's got a sodium hookup. Probably met him through his weed hookup. It's the local
Probably.
Surfer Boy Pizzeria, complete with an Argyle too. Argyle Prime convinces him to let them use the store with the help of Purple Palm Tree Delight. As they cook up Elle's personal water park, we get more character scenes. One of which includes the pineapple on pizza debate, because this came out in the early 20s and people just couldn't shut the fuck up about that.
Nope.
Could they? It's clearly good when warranted. The best one of these scenes is between Jonathan and Will, as the older brother swears to always support him, saying through subtext, even if he's gay. He says he'll always
Oh, what a sweet moment!
what?
Yeah!
Finish the pool, then Elle dives into her void. She sees Max and Lucas wandering around looking for bugs to zap. Vecna hasn't taken the Max bait yet, so she sets down her Walkman and talks to him directly. She admits that she did sometimes want Billy to die, and when she saw him killed, she didn't intervene because she wasn't sure if he deserved to be saved. Now, she can't forgive herself for thinking that way, and wishes something bad would happen to her too, just to keep things even. She asks Vecna to make her disappear, and he's more than happy to oblige. But first, she's gotta have hallucinations.
It's going to be you that breaks the world.
Vecna has assumed control. He has assumed control. He has assumed control. But he still looks like Lucas. Maybe smack the side of him? Oh, yep, that fixed the picture right out.
Sure.
Max makes a run for it, trying to think happy thoughts, as 11 grabs her arm and plugs into her mind. It gives us the latest of many montages of moments from earlier seasons.
Montage!
She finally lands herself in new footage. It's Max's memory of that time she auditioned for that one short in VHS Viral. With 11 successfully in Max's mind, Lucas signals Erica to begin Phase 3. That means it's time for Dustin and Eddie to distract Demobats. They've been turning the Upside Down trailer into a bunker/concert stage.
Are you ready for the most metal concert in the history of the world?
F yeah!
With a dedication to Chrissy and the amps turned up to 11, Eddie gets shreddy. Wait, is that actually him playing this Metallica song, or are they just playing the album? Because if it's him, this is insane. Can the rest of those dudes keep up with him? If so, that is an impressive teenage band.
Hell yeah!
We should sign them. The Demobats can't resist such tasty licks and flock to
Really
the
wish we could play some of it and hear some of it, but you know, copyright.
trailer, leaving the Upside Down Creel House defenseless. When designing the Demobats, longtime Stranger Things creature concept artist Michael Maher crafted something like a bat mixed with a spider. And my earlier reference to Minox was actually spot on. The Duffers initially suggested the Demobats look like those creatures from Empire Strikes Back. You know, from the space slug scene. Maher further developed them with inspiration from arachnoids and facehuggers from Alien. Rodeo FX hand animated each of the 5 to 6 tails to give them movements that looked both graceful and evil. Then, like all the monsters in Stranger Things, they got a coating of digital slime.
Kind of the cherry on top of the monster sundae is always a slime pass that goes on top of it.
The Hop Squad arrives back at the eerily empty prison with plenty of gunfire coming from the distance. Maybe south by southeast? Keep an eye out for footsteps, my guy. When they get inside, they find a room with a dead guard and a dead scientist. The warden's still alive, but not for long, and tells Murray that the Demogorgon got in. Yeah, no shit, dude. Then the guards shot at it and shattered the tanks, so the other monsters came alive as the shadow went into them. He dies before he can clarify what the fuck that's supposed to mean, but a shriek lets them know. The Mind Flayer particles have gone into all those demodogs they demosaw. They catch a glimpse of the carnage at Kamchatka on the security monitors, where I count 6 bodies, I believe. They concoct a plan to lead the monsters into the pit and rain hellfire on them from above. 8 more dead guards can be seen in the background as they put together their plan.
Listen, you can't handle the pit, stay out of it.
Everyone gets assigned a role, with Hopper volunteering as bait. He'll tempt a demodog he sees by itself, nomming on bodies we've already counted. Oh no, Joyce is getting traumatic flashbacks to Bob's death. Come on, Hop, don't do this to her. She's already seen demodogs tear into one of her husky boys. But this husky boy promises he'll be back, because he's not a husky hobbit, he's a husky hellboy. They have one
Hell
more
yeah, he
terrible
is.
tasting kiss, and he sets out, passing 2 more bodies in the hall along his way. Then it's time to get along, Demodoggy. Hopper runs from the Demodog through the corpse-filled halls, where 9 more bodies can be seen and added to the count. Some of them are seen on the monitor by Joyce. So, thanks for the extra angle, lady.
Thank you.
She watches as a Demodog pins Hopper down, threatening to give us a Bob Newby Part 2B. Back in Right Side Up Hawkins, a teenaged posse chases down a middle schooler. Those damn basketballers have found the Sinclairs. Bad timing for Lucas, who's sitting with Max as she runs around Vecna's mine layer. V-Man appears as Billy again and traps Max at a dead end. For his return to the series, Dacre Montgomery wasn't able to be physically present on set. Australia's strict COVID lockdown rules prevented him from leaving his home country, so he was digitally added to the scenes with Sadie Sink. Max thinks of happy memories. Memories with Lucas. Memories like the snowball dance. It works until Vecna gets Pennywise to her plan, popping blood balloons in a definite reference to the 1990 It miniseries. Inside the Creel house, Jason confronts Lucas, and yeah, I mean, he probably looks pretty Satan-y with how Max is right now.
Is this what you did to Chrissy?
Lucas tells him not to interfere, but Jason's got a gun, and he'll shoot the damn devil right out of him if he needs to. Lucas calls Jason an evil dumb normie and tackles his captain to the ground. Meanwhile, Erica kicks the other guy in his basketballs and breaks free.
Hell yeah!
Inspiration. During the fight, Max's Walkman gets broken, taking away her escape route and, like, causing her a needless expense. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah!
Down, Steve and the girls storm the castle and find themselves playing hive mind hopscotch as they try to avoid the vines all over Vecna's house. One wrong step is all it takes, and they take that one wrong step, so Robin gets frickin' crucified by vines. Nancy and Steve are attacked in turn by tentacles, which, as the Netflix captions put it, slither wetly. Ew. Things for Eddie and Dustin aren't going too much better. The Demobats breach the trailer through the vents, so Dustin retreats through the gate to the right side up. But rather than follow him to safety, Eddie the Banished opts to sever the sheet between the worlds instead. He's sick of running away like a coward. He's been complaining about it the whole damn season. And if you weren't paying attention, it's alright. The show plays a line from earlier this same episode.
Look at us. We are not heroes.
God damn.
Yeah, they set that up. Oh my god, I should have saw that coming when that happened.
Eddie suits up to sacrifice himself, then rides his steel steed into battle and goes down swinging. Kinda hard to swing away that many bats straight chomping on you, though. With everyone's part of the plan pretty fucked up, Vecna cuts in at the dance and taunts Max about it. He says since they all suck, she might as well be the final sacrifice. You know, get this Vecna show on the road. He slams her against the wall, but before he can finish his whole thing with her, 11 shows up, having finally, I don't know, patched through the pizza place, I guess? This is the first time Vecna has seen 11 since she sent him to the Upside Down. And filming this scene was the first time Millie Bobby Brown saw Bauer in his full Vecna getup. It caused her to burst into tears.
I looked at him and I was like, what is that? I didn't know. Like, I thought this was gonna be CGI. Like, I didn't know.
She, bless her, she burst into tears.
The whole rehearsal, I was crying.
Bauer felt bad about it, but hey, made it easy for Brown to seem disgusted and afraid.
I didn't have to act. I was terrified.
Oh my god!
The Duffers always knew they wanted something special to happen between 11 and 1, even before they knew who 1 would be. Back in Season 1, they wrote a 20-page lore document for Netflix, even though they didn't have all the details figured out. Season 4 allowed them to finally engage with all that world building and figure out 1's relationship with Elle. That's why they kept the character open. Merchandise and comics were allowed to feature any of the other numbered psychic kids, but never 1. 11 throws Vecna through the bleachers and helps Max to her feet. Max isn't sure if she's real at first, but don't worry, 11 can explain.
I piggybacked from a pizza dough freezer.
Never mind. They get back into the gym where they find a vexed Vecna waiting for another fight. It's the rematch of the century, folks. Only this time, Elle's not a little kid, and 1 is working under a whole new gimmick. Really gotta kind of Isaac yank him to
yeah, kinda, yeah.
Going on here. It's also a level up, since he's able to throw her around in his mine layer with ease. He has his vines pin her to the door of the Creel house. He doesn't want to kill her just yet. First, he wants her to watch as he kills Max. 11 tries to stop him by saying Papa's dead, so, you know, he can quit being a dick. After all, Brenner's abuse is what made Vecna what he is now.
He's the monster, Henry. Not you.
You sure about that? V-Man disagrees and says Brenner wasn't a monster. He was just a man, and he didn't make Henry into Vecna.
You did.
He explains that after she sent him to the Upside Down, his burnt ass explored the new realm, taking in all the local demo life in the wild. He came across a bunch of shadow particles swirling in the sky, and they reminded him of the spiders he so dearly loved as a boy. He shaped the particles into the Mind Flayer, honing his powers. Then the MF'ing MF'er waited for Elle to open another door. Now that she has, he's going to keep it open forever by killing Max. Eleven's losing her will to keep fighting, and everyone's in a bad spot. They're getting beaten up by bats or bullies or are just still wrapped up in vines, I guess? Wow, it's been a while for them. Lucas finally overcomes Jason and knocks him out, but Max is already floating and doing the thing. Oh man, you don't want to see her doing the thing. Mike tries to help by dropping the from shit and telling Eleven how he really feels.
I love you on your good days. I love you on your bad days. I love you with your powers. I love you without your powers. I love you for exactly who you are.
She hears his words and they give her the strength to break free and overpower the V-Man.
Yeah, baby!
At the same
Love
time,
conquers
Joyce
all.
arrives to rescue Hopper from the Demodog, putting the spark back in the relationship. They run into the pit and the Demogorgon corners them until Murray lights it up from above. He rains fire onto all the Demodangers down there, killing the Demodogs, which I don't really care about. They don't go on the count. It also hurts the hive mind a bit, but it doesn't finish off the Demogorgon, who squares up with Hopper for a showdown. Hop picks up a sword because he knows the rule of cool as he gets into a monster fight of mythic proportions. Kinda literally, actually, since it ends with Hop beheading the Demogorgon like Perseus did Medusa. And since Demogorgons are humanoid, they do go on the count. Always have. Hopper and Joyce embrace as Yuri and Antonov arrive with their evac by air. Alright, cool. Are we done seeing them now? Fingers crossed. Thanks to Murray's Demodog
He really doesn't like them.
The hive mind gets hurt so bad, the bats stop Namanon Eddie, and Nancy and co. are able to escape the evil vines. The unexpected turn in fortune allows them to move into Phase 4. The Dreamy team finds Vecna's server room and prepares to make him go offline. They light him up with fire as Kate Bush comes out on the soundtrack. Steve and Robin make use of those Molotovs, while Nancy freaking Wheeler blasts the shit out of him with a sawed-off shotgun. She even shoots him out the window, with Natalia Dyer looking real badass while she does it.
Hell yeah,
I'm
she
not
does.
the only one saying it either. Many people are saying it.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah,
awesome.
she looks amazing.
But Vecna still manages to get away, escaping for the sequel like Michael Myers. Dustin tries to get back to the Upside Down to help his buddy and messes up his ankle when he flops through worlds. The bats are dead, but it's looking too late for Eddie. I mean, dude's at the end of his character arc, you know?
I didn't run away this time, right?
It's a sad and sweet scene between two outcasts who always had each other's backs.
I love you, Dad.
Oh! Love you too, bro!
Eddie says this is finally gonna be his year, and then he graduates to the great beyond, dying in Dustin's arms. Damn, ain't no one in this party got a scroll of Revivify? Though Vecna got interrupted, he's still messed up Max pretty good.
I can't feel or see anything.
And in fact, she's not okay. She dies as the clock chimes a fourth time, verifying that the final sacrifice is complete. Shit. The biggest rift yet opens up in the ground, ripping the house in half and Jason with it. Haha, yeah, get fucked, dude! The earth shakes as Vecna's vision comes true, and Hawkins rips asunder with gates, all of them converging in the middle of the town. It's a disaster on an insane scale, all while 11 deals with the personal disaster of losing Max. This is some of the most impactful things Stranger Things has done. And
Absolutely.
Wait, what? Two days later? What the fuck? We're just gonna yada 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 after that? Sure, 2 days later, Hawkins is still a disaster zone, destroyed by what the news is calling a giant earthquake. According to the report, 22 people were killed in the chaos, so we'll add 21 to the count right now, since I'm assuming that reported number included Jason, and we already counted him. The Wheelers are packing up their home when the pizza van arrives. Great, now the gang's all here. And Argyle too. Wait, does he have a family? Do his parents know where he is? In a little
Probably not.
twist, Max is revealed to be alive, because Stranger Things will only kill new characters. You can count on that. I mean, she's lucky she's safe now. She showed up in season 2. That wasn't good enough for Bob. Still, she ain't doing great. She's in a coma with all her bones broken. Womp womp. And before you say I shouldn't have counted her, you can shut the fuck up.
All
when
right.
Evan and the others stop by, we get proof that I was right.
She died.
And then came back.
I mean, clinically.
Yeah, still counts. Her
Yes.
heart stopped for over a minute. They don't even know how she came back, but we know it was Elle. How'd that work exactly? Was she some kind of defibrillator? Whatever.
Couldn't we use it on Eddie? Come on.
The doctors aren't sure if Max will ever wake up, but she'd fucking better, because there's still one more season to go, and Sadie Sink is maybe the best of the entire cast. Hawkins High acts as a safety shelter, where Robin, Steve, and Dustin drop off donations and volunteer. As Robin makes sandwiches, she finds a sandwich sister in the form of Vicky, who also mentioned she broke up with her boyfriend, so, like, maybe these two have even more sandwiching in the future. Dustin sees Eddie's uncle putting up missing posters and hobbles over to him with his janky-ass ankle. The town still thinks of Eddie as a cult leader and a murderer, but Dustin tells his uncle the truth, minus the monsters. He says Eddie was a good person to the very end, and died fighting to protect the town that hated him.
He isn't just innocent. Mr. Munson, he's a hero.
Yeah!
Hey, yo, I thought they were making PB&Js. Who the hell's cutting onions up
Seriously,
there?
bro!
Nancy leads the Cali crew to Hopper's cabin where, wait, really? A cleaning montage 2 hours into a season finale? Sure, okay. Jonathan apologizes for not being there, and they seemingly reconcile. So, does that mean Stancy's a lost cause? Is Steve represented by Nancy's childhood toy, Mr. Rabbit?
He'll be more loved in a new home.
Hopper and Joyce meet the kids at the cabin for our final bit of character reunions.
Hey, kid.
He hugs Eleven, who never stopped believing he'd come back. He even gives Mike a hug, and he wanted to kill that kid last season. But things aren't all sunny, as Will warns Mike that he can feel Vecna through his lingering Mind Flayer connection. The V-Man is hurt, but still alive and planning his next moves. He'll never stop pursuing them, so they're gonna have to kill him.
And we will.
Next season.
We will.
No, he will. You, Mike. Will the weatherman hits him with a nasty forecast. Potato flakes and the right side up. That can't be good, especially with the freaking main title music playing over a sweeping group shot. They've got a gathering storm ahead of them. A full-scale upside-down invasion. A somber ending that the Duffers compared to Empire Strikes Back. And just like with that movie, audiences would have to wait 3 years to see what happened next.
Yup.
When a bunch of numbers get killed, will it give us the most numbers of a Stranger Things season?
Ha!
Let's
I see
find
what you
out
did there.
and get to the numbers.
Numbers. Oh. Oh no.
No.
Oh no, the
I'm
gong.
getting stuck in this layer. Just gotta listen to my favorite song.
What's your favorite song? Teddy, what you gonna do now? It's a cover of Limp Bizkit. Oh, I love it. No copyright here, baby.
We counted 127 victims in Stranger Things Season 4, consisting of 89 men or boys, 9 women or girls, 29 of unknown gender, and 1 Demogorgon, giving us this Surfer Boy Pizza Pie chart. I was curious about kills per episode, so here's a chart showing that. Oh, looks kind of like a W. For, wow, that's a lot of kills.
Sure
Especially
is.
compared to previous seasons. It had more than twice as many as Season 3, which was the previous highest for the show. With a soul-crushing runtime of 782 minutes, the season had a kill on average every 6.16 minutes.
Getting credit to the
and
team.
If you want that in episode form, each episode had an average of 14.1 kills. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Jason. It's a quick moment, but an awesome death. And a great way for such a scary villain to go out. Dull Machete for lamest kill will go to all the Kamchatka guards. It was a pain in the ass to count them all as they were turned into Dema-Kibbles and Dema-Bits.
Can imagine.
That's it. Stranger Things 4 came out in 2 parts in 2022. With the second release so popular, it crashed Netflix for many users.
Oh.
The 5th and final season is about to begin its 3-part release on Netflix, and I can't wait. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
On the next
Yeah, what we got next?
Attention all citizens.
Oh, snap.
You are advised
Resident Evil time, baby.
the Raccoon City Police Station. A mysterious virus has spread through the area, turning all
right,
the
Leon.
residents
Let's do this.
That explains the horrible things I've seen.
And again, the virus has nothing to do with the massive Umbrella Corporation lab underneath the city. Please stop asking about it.
Sorry, that information's classified.
Looks like it's RIP for the RPD. With no one left to protect the city, it's up to a rookie in a red field to save the day.
Ah, Claire Redfield.
Well, you should, because the Resident Evil 2 remake is just as good as the original.
Heck yeah, it
has
is.
all the zombie zest of the first game, plus new weapons.
Oh, he's wearing the thing.
Tougher enemies.
What the hell is up with you?
Member of Stars, baby.
Explosive action. Oh, God! Oh, and don't forget the puzzles. There are so many puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
I'm grabbing my dongle, I'm grabbing my crank, doing all of it. This week, solve and shoot your way through Raccoon City with the Resident Evil 2
it's gonna be so much
remake.
fun!
I think I could fit it in my schedule.
Then on Friday, grab a hyper-realistic burger and settle in for the season finale of Kill Count Games.
Yay!
On Dead Meat.
Hell of a night, huh?
Resident Evil 2.
Really looking forward to that, and was really looking forward to this as well. It was long as hell, my god, it's really late now. So, we're gonna wrap this up fairly quickly. Again, I was really sad to see Eddie go, but, you know, that's kind of a thing with Stranger Things that happens. They always introduce that type of character every season, and then they sacrifice him at the end. I mean, I get why they kept Max alive. I understand there's more story to resolve with her character and how good of an actress she is. But come on, Eddie was great! He was wonderful, and that guitar scene, man, that was so badass. I absolutely loved it. So that's gonna do it for me here. Comment down below, let me know. Are you excited for Season 5? Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and check all those links I got for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon: Cruising, Wolverine 310, Kester Kona, Joseph McSweeney, Roadrunner 1967, Chris Curtis, Vox Cacophony, Morgan Page, Misa, Misa 2, Fleet Street Vicom, Songbird 177, Misa 3, Inkalinquist, 20 Owl, The True Sunny Hero, Davisto, David Asbun, The Demons of Rage, Kitty89, SCP-3887B, Andy Doan, Tia Ursek Poposky, Powerpuff Girls fan number 8, and Novel Gamer. And if you two like to have a shout out and in each and every one of my videos, please head on over to patreon.com/TheNetReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.